don't know if she's presenting or not.
If she is, it'll be with
Maybe
Kevin.
she wants to talk about CIP one.
Can you send Ken a message that you can just share that image, screen share it?
Kirk, you mean? Kirk, yes,
Are
I'm
they,
sorry.
are they talking about mobilizing this spring then? Is that what they're still thinking?
Yeah, for sure. That's soon enough that we may have to move a snowplow.
I gotcha, gotcha. That's what I thought, I was just curious.
We're watching it.
It's going fast
Bub and
though.
Theo have like a little device that's been measuring how much it's melting.
Well, what I'm finding on my own job sites is we're bringing the equipment, we're just breaking up the massive 4 and 5 foot big chunks, right? And then you get this warm weather with a little breeze and boy, man, you use a foot, I'm using about a foot a day on some of it. Once you get it broke,
But you don't have a mountain.
condensed like that, you just struggle the refrigeration factor, you know?
Jim's been trying to bust it up. So
But yeah, my smaller jobs, I'm like, you gotta break this up. If you wanna start in 3 weeks, there's no way we're breaking ground if we don't get rid of it.
Yeah, the mountain of Roslyn.
Where are you gonna go haul snow to? Who wants to take snow?
Yeah, I wanna get rid of snow.
There's kind of a lot of rock in there.
Well, it does look like a dirt pile, not much of a snow pile to go play on, that's for sure.
Okay, we're ready to go, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, give it a couple minutes. So we don't know who Mean Hunt is?
It's Carrie Nichols,
Is she on?
not yet.
Is Derek on?
Derek's not gonna be here.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta take him on there.
She's gonna talk about the,
Airport?
Yeah.
Oh.
She knows who
the
Desert is. I
treatment
think she
before.
lives here.
Yeah, she was right down my alley. Yep.
I guess I can.
I see her almost every
So
day.
weird, like I try
You're
to
going to
keep it
Chi-Town.
kinda tidy.
The what?
Yeah, 1 second. Get through this?
Yeah,
2001?
yeah.
I know it's on the 4th.
You got it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't.
Yeah, all the everything's crammed in now. Yeah.
Coffee, good water. I can't drink coffee after 4:30. I'll be up all night.
Jenny, did you get any info on the homelessness?
Yeah, there's a meeting tomorrow at 2:30.
I have a packet. Here, that somebody gave me.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of it.
Are you doing that, Jeannie?
yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Had to have it for a while. and then-
No, that's good, I'm glad, thank you. Yeah, you want me to put an email with all the
I'll
stuff
just-
on it?
I think
Or
they
you
cool,
want me to-
here.
Yeah, I think they sent it to me already.
Awesome. Good job, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do it. It's in-
Oh my
I think
gosh.
it's great, we get some of these pretty good.
They're doing like a survival
Thank you.
program about when it's surviving.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, wow.
super
One of my best friends works at a nature school. I don't know if you've heard of Ben Webb. Yeah, but he'd be great for. I gotta get him to come out for like a week to do some like special topics.
Like you would be interested in maybe being a guest speaker about insects.
I would love that as an entomologist. That'd be great.
They would use them.
Really? Okay, I'll bring some live new ones and
Especially in the spring when
have fun
there's,
with that.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. In the oh yeah, we could do some like bio-observations or something like that.
they would be so happy.
Okay. Yeah. Early morning observations are pretty good.
Oh, okay,
Like late morning, like around 10
cool,
10 a.m.
okay,
But anything after that, you start to get a lot of flight activity.
okay,
But yeah,
there's one for mornings,
yeah, definitely. Okay.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Is Mean Hunt on there?
What's that?
Is Mean Hunt on there?
Not yet.
Well, we'll make Theo present. Alright, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, call the city council, City of Roslyn council meeting to order. It's Tuesday, March 8th. It is 4:31. Stand for the flag, so please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
You wanna do a moment?
Yeah, we're gonna, some city members and staff has asked that we do a moment of silence for the country of Ukraine, the citizens of Ukraine. So we can all be quiet for a little bit here. Okay, thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Michelle, let's do a roll call.
Councilmember Weiss,
Here.
Councilmember Gruber, Councilmember Shear,
Here.
Councilmember Cook. Here. Councilmember Brodeen. Present. Councilmember Uren.
Here.
Councilmember Adams,
Present.
and Mayor House.
Make a motion to excuse tonight's absentee. Second.
Derek had checked in with me and said he was not going to be able to be here. All in favor of the excused absence, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed, say nay. The absentee is excused. We do have one agenda update. Mead Hunt is gonna present the CIP one, where we're at. Hopefully,
She's on here,
okay,
or she was just a second ago, I just saw her.
so we'll do that, after staff goes. Anybody else have an agenda update? Okay, so tonight's consent agenda is checks and EFTs as follows. The checks are check 20124 to 20137 in the amount of $346,644.71. ACH for February was $6,153.12. And February's payroll was $11,963.21. And then we have the meeting minutes from February 22nd.
Make a motion to pass tonight's consent agenda. Second that.
Any discussion here, folks?
Could I get the percentage of the contractor where we're at on his payments? I forgot, is that about 50% where we're at with him right now? on payments?
I'm not positive off the top of my head, but I would guess we're about 50% done with the project.
Just curious on the amount of money
Could be
we
even a
paid
little,
out in the past few
higher
years.
maybe.
Okay.
I mean, 295 is, that's about half of
That's
it
half,
right
so
there.
the seven.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's
And we
Yeah.
got
between
it
a half and a third, I
Yep.
guess you could,
Yeah.
something like that. I'm just trying to figure out how much we paid prior and where they're sitting. So.
I have to look specifically, but I would guess we're right in there, yes.
Okay.
They seem to be on schedule.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think they're progressing well.
And that's still, we're looking mid-May.
Or
Did you-
earlier.
or earlier.
I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Brenda, does that sound right?
I'm so sorry.
I think April, is
The
what
timeline
they-
April
for
is-
The timeline, I think they did say April. I'm thinking,
But then we gotta move
Later.
everything,
Yeah.
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 Cool. Great.
Any other discussion here, council? All in favor of tonight's consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed, say nay. Consent agenda passes. So next up, we'll start with the chief of police. Chief Bland, are you on?
I am. Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just to give you, I hope you got the reports from Cheryl for activity, but I did pull enough numbers today. So I'll just give you some stats. So far for the city of Roslyn for this year, we've done 187 calls of service. If you're interested, we did 797 with a rural rate 100 calls by the end of the day today total for both cities. Our workstation at Roslyn City Hall is finally operational. I wanted to pass off thanks to Brenda.
Uh-oh.
Our number 9 position has been identified. We have a conditional offer to Officer Anthony Vanera. I've known Anthony for a while. He actually started his police career in the city of Developsburg when I worked there, and he went off to the city of Renton, and he was a police officer there for a number of years, and now he's been hired by us. So you'll see Anthony soon. We're still in the hiring process and getting through all the background stuff, but I don't foresee any problems with that at all. It's just a matter of time to get it through. So we're hoping to get him started on his FTO program by the end of this month. So the other thing you have to do is go through the state equivalency academy. So we've been watching the legislation very closely. As most of you know, there were several laws that were passed last year, back in the summer, that really put a lot of restrictions on law enforcement and how we were progressing and how we doing things. And there were some unforeseen consequences with that legislation. And since then, legislators have met to try to right those, and they did make some headway this month. So we're watching those good. And our patch design has been finalized. I sent a copy, replied all to an email with a photo of our patch, and I don't know if everybody got that or not. But if they did, I could talk about it. If they didn't, I could most certainly wait till our next meeting to go over the patch.
Hey Kirk, this is Michelle. We didn't get it attached to the agenda, so they don't have it in front of them.
They don't have that. Can we get that on the agenda first?
I looked at the email, yeah.
You can print it.
Really
We
cool.
can print. I can print it.
It's super cool.
Jimmy's gonna try to print it off really quick, so hold on just a sec here.
Is it on that
That
computer?
would be super.
It's on your email.
It was in the email.
It's on my email.
Yeah, it's actually really neat. I like it. I think it's really neat.
Yeah, if there's time, I'd like to discuss why we went with that design and how we came up with it, if that's a possibility.
Yeah, Kirk, go ahead. While we're getting it printed out, go ahead.
I think it's great.
Okay.
All history.
At the very top of the patch, of course, you see the word police. We did that in bold block lettering. We did it in white so it stands out, because obviously we want to be easily identifiable and meet all types of state requirements for identification purposes. So that's why that's there right on top. Directly below police, you're going to see a mountain. And I want to point out that that's not just a mountain, that is Mount Pio. When we were looking at design, there's police departments all over the state that have some sort of mountain design to them. So it's common. However, looking at it, it's like there's only 4 or 5 designs, and they're all the same mountain. And we didn't want that. We wanted Mount Pio. And specifically because one thing that the communities share between Roslyn and Clayton, they share their police department, and you share that background of Mount Pio. So we felt it very important. So the designer actually came to my office, and where I have a picture of Mount Pio hanging on my wall, and he traced that out. So it's actually Pio on there. Below that, you'll see our logo. It's got Clayton and Roslyn on that. I wanted it that way because it shows a 50-50 representation between the two towns, because we obviously serve you guys equally. And I wanted the tools in there to show some heritage. Obviously, Roslyn with their strong heritage of coal mining, and Clayton was brought up as a logging town, so that's why those icons were chosen. And also, you'll notice the font. I chose that font versus a block style font. Roslyn's kind of known for that, well, I don't know how to, I call it the Rainier Beard font. And I just love that, right? That just screams Roslyn. So I wanted to make sure that the font was done in that. And then finally on the bottom, you see pride and community. That's been our motto of ours, and that's something we're always going to stick with. And that motto is in the background of every single thing we do. And that also is something that the two communities share, just like Mount Pio, is that pride and community. And we felt that needed to be on the bottom of the patch because that's the basis for everything that we do, and that's the foundation we work from. So that's why it's at the bottom like the foundation. So that's the explanation of the patch. I hope you all like it. And it's in the production process. Unfortunately, that's in China. And so we're probably 6 weeks out before I can actually have a physical patch to show you folks what it stuff looks like. And that's all I got, unless there's questions or comments.
Question, Council?
No, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, Kirk. That looks great. Next up,
Thank
we'll
you,
have,
guys.
Thanks, Chief.
Chief Regan from Roslyn Fire Department.
Sorry, production, you can't do that.
Come up there.
Yeah, use the microphone for virtual sound. Yeah, thank you, Chief.
So I think, for January, February, March, I think we're right around, 68 calls right now, so that's over a third of our normal yearly call volume for January. Myself and another firefighter went to go check on our engine, that's being built, so this last Friday, it's moving along. It's kind of slow because some of the people in their shop were out sick or, work injuries and stuff, so, but it is coming along. And we were able to see it in person and it's beautiful, so, they're working on that and, we should be closing out with L&I next month. And, I think there's one policy that I have to, update and then I think we're all good there, so.
Good job.
Yeah.
Great, great. I have a question. So I've had a couple folks ask me what the plans are for, work in the urban forest and on the ridge. You know, if there's any projects scheduled this year, prescribed burns down the road or whatever. And I was wondering if you will be publishing anything that folks can see. There's a lot of folks, my neighbors, that do a lot of hiking up there and they're just curious.
Sure, yeah, so, we are going to, in May, give a presentation about that, and then we will have a booth, at the, farmer's market, farmer's market with information and everything, so we are planning on doing like a formal presentation to the community and everything, and we'll keep people updated.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, next up, I think Ken Blanford, the chair of the CAC. Ken, did you wanna,
Yes,
go ahead.
thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. We sent two things into the council. The first thing was the mayor had asked about sending out a request for bids on updating the LSP and asked for our input. We actually gave our input, and I think that's attached to your agenda. The second thing we did, which was probably more important, was we sent our recommendations regarding spraying. And the short answer is, we think we need to spray the urban forest for noxious weeds. We think biologically that's required. We think legally it's required. And honestly, for us to continue to use it the way we want to use it, we think we have to do that. We recommended budgeting $7,500 for that. We think that could probably get the job done. But on the chance that the council can't act for any number of reasons, we picked that number because it's our understanding that the mayor can also authorize that expenditure without council input. So we think this is crucial. It has to be done. There is some feedback from the community that some people would have liked things in the past to have been done differently, which could have mitigated some of this, but unfortunately we can't go back in time and do those things. So we're kind of giving you a recommendation for where we find ourselves right now. And on that recommendation, the answer is we need to spray to prevent the proliferation of noxious weeds.
Anything else, Ken?
Nothing else.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Councilman Cook, did you wanna add anything?
No, but the city did get the recommendation about
Yes.
getting the spraying.
And several other things, yeah. And I pretty much agree with all of it, but
Okay, and then the spraying.
I do plan on putting it in front of council and let you guys make the decision.
Okay, well, it's, I think one of the things that's really important is, to get it done, the spraying done really fast, because you wanna get it in, before the weeds get going in the spring.
Right.
So, that's my input.
Just a quick question, do we have any funding from the logging that could help cover the $7,500? You know how we've talked, yeah. That's all I was asking,
I don't know the
if there's
exact number,
something within the
but
budget that we
there's
might have.
definitely funding from the logging program.
Yeah, that's all,
To cover the
just wanna
expenses.
make sure to see if there was
That's
funding
what
left for
trail
that to cover it.
maintenance, yeah, all the different things that are in the email. I don't know if everybody got that email, I can send it to everybody.
No, that's great, that's all I wanna know for budget
They had
purposes.
more of a line item breakdown of the things that they wanted to see.
Great.
What about the, like, I know we talked to
Thank you.
the noxious weed board, but asking for their help as well.
Yeah, and we absolutely will,
Mhm.
and probably contract with them.
Okay.
Almost certainly contract with them, so that's what they do.
Great.
think DNR is kinda on board with helping with mastication and other fire controls. you
Oh,
know,
that'd be
the
one, that'd be
fuels,
great.
You know, aside from just weed.
Okay.
Well, we had the grant for the mastication, so we just have a mask component on that one. Yeah, from DNR.
Is that from last year, towards the end of the year that
That's
they?
the one that AFM
Yep,
got, yep.
okay, great. Sounds like it
And
all
again, the match would.
sounds like
be
it's all coming together right, though.
Right.
With the spraying, the mastication, and the right team members together, we actually could achieve a pretty good dent right off the bat this year.
Yeah, spring job.
Yeah, that'd be great, start the year off like that.
And then we're looking at reseeding still, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
So does that come next fall then?
Depending on what the scientists say, it
What
might be
the- yeah.
spring as well.
Yeah.
Cause again, if we have to volunteer for seeding, I'll take my time to seed like we did in the past. There's some other council members probably too,
Mhm.
and staff members.
Anything from the cemetery group?
No, I think we're good right now. I think I thought we were gonna be in today, and we had to just clarify a few things, so, we're good to go. Yeah, we're in good shape, thank you.
Planning and historic
There
preservation?
hasn't been a meeting since the last meeting, so, perhaps next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
then, so staff, Bubba, did you wanna speak today?
Yeah, do you guys hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Hey. So, last time I was at council, I told you guys about updating the wastewater treatment plant, the old paper wheel. So that finally got complete. We also had to update the eye that basically reads the water level in the weir, with a new unit, because the old unit was just messing with the mission unit. So that's actually pretty sweet, and I can go daily, hourly. It emails me everything, right to City Hall. Makes it a little bit easier when I send that info to Veolia. So, next thing, I sent the loader back at the end of February. That was the first original one we leased for winter. We finally getting back some of the stuff since the snow's melting that we have a long list of, but we got the instant hot water heater in the park's bathroom finally hooked back up. So I'll have the electrician come wire it hopefully this week, so that'll be good to go. The crew and I, we flushed the 4-inch ductile